Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of January right through the end of February 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with an in-depth look at what is coming your way. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know regarding their career? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time regarding their career path? We have the Tower. Okay, so some major change and restructure occurring, but it is in your protagonist energy, which means you are in command of the change. Some of you may be revamping your career in some way, or you may actually be structuring it in a different way, or even accepting that something isn't working for you, so you're liberating yourself from it and evolving away from it in order to embrace something new. Now, sometimes when we've done something for quite some time and we feel like we've outgrown it, it doesn't mean we're walking away from it and giving up on it or, you know, failing at it. It means that we have matured and evolved to a position where we're comfortable leaving it behind in order to embrace something better. And for some of you beautiful Virgos out there, you may even be thinking about retiring early, or maybe it's something that you're working really hard towards, so you're putting some structures in place to get there quicker. But whatever it is, I feel like if you've been in a very stuck situation, you're liberating yourself out of that position. I mean, we've got the Hangman there as well. Okay, and we've got the Sun. So whatever it is that you are restructuring, I mean, some of you may even be decluttering at this time. And I'm talking like on a very simple scale. You may be literally like decluttering your office desk, or perhaps a filing cabinet, or some of you are decluttering your laptops, you know, making space for more, for progress, for better things to arrive for you. But ultimately, your overarching energy indicates some sort of major restructure that you are going to be super happy about in the long term. Okay, now the Tower is your protagonist energy, so right now you feel like you need a change. Okay, they're actually showing me a hamster on a wheel right now. This is a very interesting image. Now, I mean, for some of you, this could symbolically indicate that, you know, it's business as usual. You may have felt really excited to move into 2024, and you have so much high hopes and enthusiasm for embarking on a new year and a new portal of change. However, you may feel that it seems to be the same old, or you're slipping into like a similar pattern, and you want to shake yourself up and not be in that repetitive cycle. It can even indicate some of you have been doing some monotonous tasks, and you just want to break free. You want to approach your work in a different way that's more exciting, more challenging, and you know, you may feel like that you've been working really hard and you're not seeing the tangible results at this time. You may feel like, you know, you're on that wheel, so you're doing a lot of leg work, but you're not getting anywhere per se. Even though you may not see progress, you are actually making a lot of progress, okay? But the Tower, sometimes that can represent like a prison type energy, that we've got comfortable in a situation. We do something like almost on autopilot. And I feel like you're someone who is super talented and really gifted at what you do. So it's like second nature. You know, in order to become a master or a mistress of your craft, you need to do it day in, day out, several hours, all the time, to the point where you just know your stuff. And I feel like you know your stuff. And now you feel the need for challenge. You feel the need to have a little bit more, excitement or just something that's different. And this is you liberating yourself from going round and round in circles or feeling stuck in a situation. So this Tower is actually working in a very positive way. The Tower is not an evil card. It's not to be feared. It's about rebirth, restructure, and to let anything that's not working fall away. Anything that's not stable in your life falling away. Now, for some of you, you could come to this reading because you've had a shock. Tower can represent a shock. Some of you may have lost your job or been made redundant, or some of you may have had some shocking changes occurring in the career sector. You may have heard of a merge going on at your current circumstances. There's going to be a lot of that happening in 2024. And some of you may have heard that there's policies changing, rules and regulations are changing, or you're finding that you've got more work because people are being let go. I feel like there's a major restructure going on, and some of you may have been a little bit uncertain about it or feel like you're not on solid ground. But with the Hangman, that's a card to say, relax, you got this. See things from different perspectives. Sometimes, and you've got your outcome as a Sun card, which means there's a positive outcome here. Success is assured and things are working for your highest good. And, sometimes when we lose a position, if some of you beautiful Virgos out there have lost a position, I feel the universe has alternative plans for you. Something even better is coming your way. Many years ago when, there was a very toxic environment that I was working in, I stayed in it because I needed the money and they paid really good and I could afford to look after my family and pay my bills. And, I knew that deep down I should probably leave it, but I was very stubborn because, I needed it. And although I was really good at what I did, I also felt that, perhaps I may not get something else. So I stayed for many, many years, even at detriment to my health. But then one day, suddenly there was like an epiphany moment. It's almost like my body and my mind took over and suddenly launched myself out of that company. In a meeting, I literally stood up and was like, I'm leaving. This is it. I'm done. And inside I was kind of like, what are you doing? Sit down, shut up. You need this job. But everything that was coming out of my mouth, it was almost like I was observing myself. The universe stepped in and said, oh my gosh, this one is so stubborn. I've sent the signs. I've made her unwell. I've done all the things and still she's persisting at something that is not good for her. So now I got to send her a Tower, an epiphany moment. And I feel some of you may have experienced that where the circumstances have shifted and put you on a path to something else. So if you did get made redundant or lost your job before you've come to this reading and it was either a shock to you or it liberated you out of a very stuck situation, because the universe is guiding you towards something else, something better. Now, for those of you who are currently in a working environment, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you are in a company, I definitely see you restructuring things to get a better outcome. Okay, creating a solid foundation, but liberating yourself out of a cycle of repeat. So this could be that you are finding a new strategy in your working environment, things that are a little bit more exciting, getting rid of like oppressive kind of rules and regulations, being able to strike out on your own. I mean, the Tower can also indicate some of you are feeling a little bit isolated in your circumstances, that it just feels like you come to work, you do your work, and then, you get busy doing life. And it just feels like a little bit empty for some of you out there. But I feel like you're being noticed for your skill set. You are going to be appreciated for what you bring to the table of your career. But it says here, accept change. When opportunity knocks, open the door. And that's so important. The Tower is an opportunity to restructure things in your favor. And I feel like you're using that powerful rebirth, renewal energy to your advantage. For some of you, this could literally be that you've been in a career environment for some time and you're just feeling unmotivated, and suddenly you have lots of new ideas because normally the lightning bolt hits the tower, the top of it represents the crown chakra, which is to know that you have a wonderful new lucrative idea that's going to change everything and restructure your life. So this could be something that liberates you and makes you feel bold and daring to try new things in a very explorative phase. It could be that you're going to launch a new business, or you're going to strike out out on your own and become an entrepreneur. I feel the time is shifting for you in your career environment that brings some really unexpected, but also some really positive changes for your highest good, okay? Now, we do have the Hangman. It's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. Some of you, beautiful Virgos, you may have learnt of a missed opportunity, or your perception of what is a missed opportunity, but it really isn't, because there's something better coming for you that was meant for you. So it's almost like that opportunity that came by was almost like preparing you for the one that is meant for you, okay? For example, if you went for an interview for something and you didn't get it, it means the universe says, well, we've put you in an interview situation so that you can just get comfortable getting back in the swing of interviewing, but the next role is actually meant for you. So they're setting you up for the win, is what I'm seeing there, okay? Now, the Hangman in this position can indicate a level of indecision. So some of you may have been thinking for quite some time to make these radical changes in your career or the way that you approach your working environment, and you may have been holding off. Some of you may have even felt a little bit in limbo recently, because I keep getting this energy of like 2024, like this is the go-getting year. You can feel it in your soul, but also you're looking around you and thinking, well, nothing seems to be changing. So I feel like you are the change in your circumstances, and you really are a pillar of strength. You're someone who has a lot of tenacity, drive, you pay attention to detail, you're really awesome at what you do, and I feel your focus is super intense over the next couple of weeks, and I feel like you are restructuring for your highest good. Now the Hangman, it will go into the upright by the end of the 6 weeks, and it says here, improve your life. Always listen to your intuition. So these restructures are improvements. There is nothing to worry about, okay? Now, the Hangman can also indicate a need to relax and see a new perspective in some way, and that there is a period of inaction and there is a period of action. So, when there is downtime or a pause, it gives you time to think, reflect on what is right for you. And then, of course, you will implement those changes and take action on them. So I feel some of you, you may be literally launching an entrepreneurship or a new idea, or launching a new way of working to inspire other people around you. Or in some way, you may actually decide to stand out, because towers, they're pillars. They stand out from everything else. So I feel like you're standing out, making yourself known or making yourself seen in the arena that you work in. And I feel like your reputation of being a strong individual who is really established at what you do, I feel like that holds a lot of weight, and you're seen, truly seen for who you are and your skill set as well. The outcome energy is the sun. So that's all about victory. It's about success. It's about abundance. But also there's an awakening. Whenever you get the tower, it literally means some sort of shock or an epiphany moment to have an awakening. I feel like you're going through a process right now, a transition period in your career, where you're really waking up to what's important to you, both financially, but also spiritually, or in terms of following your heart and doing something that you love. And the sun card indicates that you are attracting abundance, but you're also going where your heart truly feels happy. So for some of you, you may suddenly decide to leave a position, suddenly give in your notice, or suddenly launch a business, or even, because I feel like some of you have got some ideas that you've been ruminating on for quite some time, but you haven't taken action on them. So the next 6 weeks is a very great time for you to actually launch that business idea or expand in some way. But the sun card indicates some sort of level of celebration, that there is a win available to you. Interesting, I'm being given a song, probably because I said the word win. They're triggering a song to give to me for you. Now, this song has come up before, maybe a couple of years ago. I've definitely heard this song before, maybe also on the radio. It's a very famous song, You Win Again. So many times. Okay. That's all I'm hearing of the song, so maybe those lyrics are really important. I'm not even sure if they go together in the song, okay, because there may be, but that's all I've been given. So definitely by the Bee Gees, this song, You Win Again. Okay, so You Win Again indicates something that you'll celebrate. This could be like a certification, a qualification, or some sort of promotion, raise, or investment in your career. Maybe even like an apprenticeship, or some sort of bursary, or some sort of win that comes in for you, or an acknowledgement. But it also could indicate, that you're really established at what you do. And I feel like you've been leading the way, and now it's time for change. It's like so many times, it's like now you want something different. Maybe that's what it entails. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to walk away from that song. It may be a song that you'll hear on the radio, though, that indicates something that you will win or some sort of accomplishment that happens in your career. So listen out in your everyday, because these songs and signs, they may mean nothing in this moment, but then suddenly everything starts to slot into place. Okay, so listen out for that. It says, celebrate yourself, connecting with your inner child. So that's about having fun with what you do, but also a dream opportunity. So it could be some of you are returning to something that you always wanted to do when you were a child. Now, this could be something like a side hustle that you start at first, but then it becomes, a bit of a main squeeze, shall we say. Or some of you may actually be reaching a milestone of something that you dreamed of when you were younger. So I feel something that you've always wanted to accomplish that you will win there. Also, the Sun card, it's about being seen. Okay, being appreciated and basking in the glory of your skill set, as well as, attracting a lot of success through your hard work. It can indicate also that everybody in your working environment really appreciates you or notices your skill set, and it's a long time coming. Some of you may have felt like you've been unnoticed, like off the radar, off grid, or even invisible, but I feel it's hard to notice your skill set. Sometimes as well, when you're really good at what you do, there can be people who envy your position. And I feel some of you, you've tried to be modest in your situation, especially if you're going to get a promotional raise here. We will tap into that energy now. But I feel it's really important to recognize that you're capable of going to places that other people are not capable of reaching in your career, and you put in the hard work. And they just don't. So I feel some people may be envious of your position in some way. And I'm not saying that they try to derail you, but the hangman there can indicate someone tries to delay the process. So it could be, for example, a boss that you work with or for, and they see that you're really good at what you do. And they may have heard that there's going to be some sort of restructure or management changes going on. And if they haven't been pulling their weight, they see you as a threat to their position. So it could be that they're getting rid of middle management, for example, and they're going to get you to step into a role where, there's more status, more wealth, more responsibility. But at the same time, they're going to oust this other person. It's almost like they may feel it. So they may try to hold back on information or in some way try to delay your process. Okay, so just watch out for that. I mean, any issues, the first card you got is justice. Some of you may take it to a governing body or to HR, and you will find a solution to that. It'll be nipped in the bud there. But also, I feel that if you're going through any sort of legalities regarding your career, I feel the other party, they may play a little bit dirty or even shock you at what they try to come up with. So just watch out for that. Always, I see with the Justice card, you're leading with integrity and honesty, and you're being really open about the situation. And I feel there may be someone who you're opposing, if you're going through a legality, they may try to hide some sort of information from the case, but it will be revealed, okay, is what I see. So don't fret. I feel things are going to work in your favor. Yeah, someone's trying to control the information there. Now we've got the King of Wands there. So high action. We've got the World card. We've got the Judgment. We've got the Nine of Swords. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Moon card. We've got all the cards for you. We've got the Ace of Wands. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so sudden changes for you. Lucky breaks. If you know my readings, you'll know that the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower, they tend to show up together, which means sudden change. But normally for your highest good, okay? So your first card there is the Justice card. Some of you are making some adjustments in your career. I feel like you have been very busy. This is a card of indicating, being in the flow of energy, being very flexible, spinning all the plates, multitasking, and also having options, about how you restructure your career in some way. The Justice card can also indicate there may be some new surprising policy changes. So if you work for yourself as an entrepreneur, it could be that there are new ways of paying tax or new ways of doing documentation for your career, or, maybe there's even subscription changes where people are increasing their prices and you may be like shocked or dismayed at what's going on there. For some of you, if you work for a company, it could mean that, there is a restructure and a merge, and it will affect your contractual working environment. So you may get a new contract that you need to sign. I mean, King of Wands with the World card and the Magician, I would say don't rush into signing it. I would say make sure you read all the fine print, because anything, and this is showing up for every sign, so I mean, I feel globally on a scale, 2024 is all about restructure. It's a transition year, and you're going to hear of like large companies downsizing and restructuring the way that they pay their employees, the way that they do working practices. And there's going to be some infrastructure changes going on as well there. But I feel, collectively, we're all going to feel it. But I feel there's something here that works in your favor. It's like a twist of fate is a lucky turn for you, and it brings a lucky break in some way. But the Justice card is also good karma. Okay, so I feel, you've been very generous with your time, your energy, and your skill set, and it's about readdressing the balance, making sure that you are getting what you put in. So if some of you are feeling that you're working towards something and, there's not enough money to reflect the amount of work that you're doing, I feel like you're readdressing the balance. Okay, I mean, it's really interesting, because this card is literally a win-win situation, okay? And the fact that you've got that song that came out there by the Bee Gees, You Win Again, this is like a win. For example, if you're a lawyer, and you do lots of court cases, there may be a shocking court case that comes in and you're a little bit like nervous about how you're going to approach it. But I see you winning it. So I feel it's like you're setting yourself up for the win. So, please take it as it resonates. The Justice card indicates that you're being flexible, that yes, you're going to have a lot on your plate. I mean, the Justice card indicates a lot of administrative tasks. You're going to be really busy. I feel it's business as usual, literally. And with that energy of the King, it's like you are ambitious, you're driven. And I feel, you're trying to also manage stress levels during a testing time. Restructure is all testing. So, for example, some of you may be, relocating to a new office, or perhaps, if you've been in an office, you may be deciding that you want to work from home. So you're sort of restructuring your environment. That may mean that you need to bring stuff from the office to your home space, lots of boxes, or, it just feels like there's something changing, and you're having to just keep on top of these things as well as adhere to the changes. Now, the King of Wands indicates that you are passionate, you're driven by your passion, and you're a pro at whatever it is that you do. Some of you, with the Justice card and the Tower, you may suddenly get an opportunity to be a boss or step up on the ladder. This could be a promotion into a managerial role or a partnership role, CEO role, okay? And I feel like you're really excited about it. This is about you influencing your circumstances. As I said, the Tower is working for you, not against you, because the King of Wands says that you are passionately influencing your circumstances and aligning yourself with leadership, inspiration, and making bold dreams become a reality. So some of you are taking action to change your circumstances in some way, okay? Bold leadership skills. And if you are already in a leadership position, you may hear of some sort of HR case that you'll have to kind of like govern or be like an overseer, a mediator on, and the case may shock you. So there could be something at work where people have not acted in their highest regard, and now you've got to do the due diligence, investigate it a little bit further, and make sure you find a solution to that in some way. So I feel you've got a lot on your plate in the next 6 weeks. So whether it's, and I'm just giving you examples of what it could be, but for example, the main energy is you've got a lot on your plate in the next 6 weeks, and you are required to be flexible during these changes. But ultimately, you're in control and in command of this restructure, and there is security, okay? So if you've currently lost your job and you're very shocked about how things went, some of you may even be taking that working environment to court. And I feel like you're influencing your circumstances. Very important there to get, good quality representation or advice regarding the way. But ultimately, I see that, they may even like pay you off to go away and you get the money that you are hoping for. But I feel justice will be done. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. Now, ultimately, I feel there's high motivation. Suddenly, there's a breakthrough point in your career. So your overarching energy for the majority of my beautiful Virgos out there, you are influencing your circumstances to make your dreams become a reality. You're turning those visions into something that is on the physical plane. You know, whatever you can visualize in your mind, because the Magician card is all about manifestation, you can have in your hand. You're making it become a reality. But also this is about your focus. So some of you, I feel with the Magician card in the resistance position, because it's showing up that way at first, as well as the World card, there may be some projects that you need to tie up loose ends on, especially if you're leaving a place. If you're suddenly deciding to leave, you may have things that, you need to focus on. You may have felt a little bit scattered. If there's some sort of major restructure, for example, if your office is moving or, you're normally a very organized person, it can mean that suddenly everything's all over the place. There's organized chaos, but at the same time, you want to streamline or control it in some way. But the Magician card, it will go into the upright, okay? So I feel some of you feel that either you have unfulfilled potential, okay, especially with the World card there, unfulfilled potential, you haven't quite reached your goal, that you're in the process of doing it. I feel by the end of the 6 weeks, there is something coming in that you'll celebrate that highlights that you're at a pinnacle point in your career that you will celebrate. It's like a milestone that comes in, okay? But you made this happen. You're doing this. And also I get this energy of a desire of inspiration, an urge to create. And there's going to be like, I don't want to say a wish coming true, because I feel it's more that you've taken action on something and you are making it become your reality. So I feel you're very much in control. You're very focused. You're very creative. You're very talented and gifted at what you do. But it may have taken you some time to recognize how good you are at what you do. And that delayed a process a little bit as you move throughout the career sector. But the Magician card indicates you have all the resources necessary to do what you do, and you should have confidence in your skill set, because actually I feel, you're above and beyond other people there as well. Now the Magician card with the World card, this is in the resistance position as well as you start the month of February, really is what I'm getting. So I feel some of you may have projects on the go, things that you're trying to finalize, but it can also indicate delays, okay? I'm seeing like unfinished projects. Now this could be due to somebody else. As I said, there's someone here trying to delay the process. Now, this could be because they're not organized. It could be because they are incompetent. You get to decide, I guess, either way what they are, because I feel like you discover that a person is not pulling their weight, or you witness it, you see it, and I feel you find a solution or a way to move the process along is what I see. But the World card can also indicate some of you, I'm getting two energies here. One is some of you may be leaving a place because you want to work abroad, or you want to have more travel or flexibility in your working environment. I mean, some of you may even terminate your notice early because you're deciding to retire, for example, because the World card can be like the end of a cycle, end of an era. So I feel some of you may have been holding off on retiring, but suddenly you're like, you know what, actually, I'm done, I'm good. But you may actually decide to leave a position to do something that you love, something that's more in alignment with your heart. Okay. And whether you're retiring or not, this could be something that is creative, that you really enjoy doing for you, but it could also be very lucrative, and you could set it up either online or like on Etsy and sell it. So it brings in more income. So that's coming through there as well. But the second energy I'm getting is some of you are trying to finalize projects or train people to do what you do because you're going to go on a vacation. Okay, so I feel that coming through there as well. Ultimately, I feel like you're going to be a little bit more goal-oriented in the next 6 weeks. Very, very productive. You're busy doing, that's for sure, and you will reach your goal. Okay, so I feel a very positive time ahead for you, that you are focused, you are ambitious, you're driven, and, with the Sun card there, it's like success. You reach your goal, whatever that is, and it's going to be different for everybody. But with the Page of Cups there, Pages bring news. So I feel there's some news that you're going to love coming in. And when you apply a Page of Cups to a career or money reading, it means you're following your heart. You're doing something that you love doing or that you've always wanted to do that's like a dream. And you may hear like an opportunity comes through. Even if you interview for something new, the information that comes through is you got it. You're offered it, okay? Because the Page of Cups is an offer. Now, some of you may also have been studying for, an upskill in some way, new qualification or certification to do something that you love and increase your finances. But you'll hear news about that in February, and it's going to make your heart sing, okay? Now, Page of Cups, for some of you, and I can't rule it out, for some of you, there is a person who has a crush on you at your working environment, okay? But I feel, I'm going to see how you feel about this. I actually feel like you're more focused about your path, your life's purpose, mission, valuing your skill set, upskilling in some way, creating an environment where you attract more money. And I feel you're more focused on that at this time than love. I feel it's more your priority. But let me just see. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? The Hierophant. Okay, so some of you beautiful Virgos out there, you may be married and there's someone who basically has a crush on you. I feel like you're leading with integrity. You're doing the right thing. That's what I see here. I feel like you're not involving yourself in any messy business like that. But also there may be someone, if you're single, there may be someone who is interested in you in a romantic sense and they're married because the Hierophant is marriage. I just want to see... I'm getting a small percentage of energy of both parties being single as well, and it could lead to marriage there. King of Wands. Okay, they're highly attracted to you. We got King of Wands energy. This is, even though you're an earth sign, you're vibing at this frequency right now. Passionate, intense, driven, motivated. This person who's attracted to you, they're also attracted to power. So just watch out for that, okay? This person, they're very goal-oriented as well. Don't get me wrong. They're physically very attracted to you. I feel like they really want to get to know you better. So there could be a spark or frizz-on between you and this person, but they're like highly in love with your mind, or they're really attracted to your mind, to your brain, to the way that you work. So with the Knight of Swords here, I feel like there could be some messages back and forth. I mean, I'm going to really focus more on the energy. If you're single and this other person is single, I see that you and this person, you could actually move into a high level commitment with each other. But I feel like you're going to try and be very professional and make sure it doesn't impede in the working environment. Okay, so that's coming up there too, because you do have a Two of Cups here. Okay, but it could also indicate that you are going to connect to an establishment where you've always wanted to work. Like there's a partnership there for you. So it could mean that something is offered to you. It's a lucrative deal and you sign a contract, because a Hierophant can be about a traditional route or establishing yourself in some way where, you may need to have official documentation. Now we do have the Judgment card. As I said, I feel like you're really driven about your life's purpose, but this is about, changing something, rebirthing something. So this restructure suddenly makes you very enthusiastic to follow a certain path. And you know what you do. You're being called forward to, focus on your direction in some way. And also with the Judgment card, this is about like leaving your old way of working or doing something behind in order to embrace a new structure. So it doesn't have to mean that you're leaving, the actual place that you work. It could mean that you're leaving an outdated practice behind, something that wastes too much of your time. But for the majority energy, I have some Virgos out there who are deciding to leave a position that you've wanted to leave for quite some time because a new opportunity comes in, or if you have been made redundant and you're looking for a new opportunity, a new one comes in and you're going to love it. It feels like you're starting from scratch, but actually you're not. You're starting from experience. And this Judgment card indicates it's completely in alignment with your true life's mission and purpose. Okay. Now we do have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is a little bit of worry, okay? It can indicate that you are silencing that inner critic and you're having self-compassion and is called to faith to be gentle with yourself, especially when you are making some changes, because changes, no matter how small or how large they are, they can be difficult because humans, we tend to be in a cycle of repeat, okay? We get into an established routine, like we know where we're at, we feel comfortable. But if we're making some changes, adjustments are required, and it can get a little bit frustrating, or take some time to get used to the changes. So the Nine of Swords is like, go easy with yourself, okay? Also, if you're trying to launch something new and you're a little bit nervous because you've never done it before, because this is a very bold and daring energy, this is a card that indicates, fear can represent as false evidence appearing real, okay? That inner critic that sometimes comes to the forefront of our minds to say, oh, what if you fail? What if it goes wrong? What if everyone laughs at you? And I feel you're really established in your energy, and you're like, you know what? I have a knowingness that it's going to be successful, and I don't care if people laugh at me. I'm living life on my own terms, and I'm doing things in my own independent, unique way. And also, I feel like you're not allowing anyone to derail you or talk you out of whatever it is that you want to do. Of course, you're doing your due diligence. You're making sure that you're on top of the facts and creating a plan. But the Nine of Swords can also indicate better sleep. It will help you to feel on optimum form, both in terms of your mind, so it's not clouded or scattered, but also in terms of, making sure you have the energy to focus on whatever changes that are happening for you or that you are implementing. I mean, this card really indicates new possibilities start to begin to gather on your horizon, and you're so ready. You're close to changing your circumstances for the better, but it may make you feel a little bit of nervousness, okay? Especially if you're out of work right now, you may be concerned about the way forward, but I feel the universe has got your back. Pages, as I said, bring news. There is some sort of job news coming in the next couple of weeks that puts you in a position that is connected to your true life's mission and purpose path. And if you're like an entrepreneur, I feel there may be some restructures in policies or the way that you do things. And at first it can feel really like frustrating, or it can feel like you don't understand these new regulations and how you have to govern things in a different way or change things. But I feel like you will be on top of things. They will work in your favor eventually. Now, we do have the Two of Cups. At grassroots, when you apply a Two of Cups to a career, it means your heart is vibing at a frequency of something that you desire, and the universe is matching that desire, and you are attracting the opportunity that you want, okay? So the Two of Cups there is like an exchange, a fair exchange. You're putting a lot of effort, time, and your skill set into something because you're really good at what you do. You are, they're giving me the word niche. So it feels very much like you do something that other people can't do or don't do in the way that you do it. So there's something about the way you do something that is different from everybody else. So you kind of stand out from the crowd in some way. And the Two of Cups means that you are attracting an opportunity that matches your skill set, your unique skill set. The Two of Cups tends to mean an exchange of money, for example, which is for your benefit. Or it could also mean that you're meeting someone who will give you like an exchange of ideas, for example, and you'll benefit from that encounter. So it could be that you're about to meet somebody in your career sector. This may be someone new that you haven't really got to know properly yet, and they may have some information, or they may actually tell you about an opportunity that you could go for. For example, even if you've been in a company for a long time and it's actually owned by somebody, but they're a silent partner and nobody ever really sees that person, they may be in the elevator with you on a particular day, and you get talking and you have a wonderful conversation, and you're like, hey, wasn't that the person who actually runs the company? Nobody ever sees this person. And then suddenly you get an email from that person saying, hey, really great to meet you in the elevator the other day. I've been thinking, your skill set, you're really awesome at what you do. We really want to elevate you into this promotion or this opportunity. Is it something you'd be interested in? You're like, can't believe that this person actually, took time out of their day to really make sure that you are elevated in some way because they notice that you are an asset to the team. So I feel there's something like really surprising happening that is orchestrated, and it could result in like a partnership or a contract. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you are setting up a partnership with someone that you really care about. Maybe it's like a spouse thing or a partnership thing in some way, or even siblings or friendships. I feel that some of you may be collaborating on something that you've yearned to collaborate on for quite some time, and it will be very lucrative. Just make sure you implement a contract in this working environment, okay? Ultimately, we have the Moon card there as well. This definitely means that a dream opportunity is being orchestrated behind the scenes and will show up at the right moment. Sometimes we look at our life when we're having a self-evaluation period and we feel all that hard work, we're just in the same position, just doing all the hard work, and it feels like we're not making progress. But there's something showing up for you in February that highlights you are making progress and that you're on the right track, and you're going to celebrate this moment. The moon card is like the hidden coming to light. So some of you may even like discover a hidden talent about yourself or something that you haven't really fully realized yet, because I am getting strong vibes from this particular group, my beautiful Virgo, that you have untapped potential. So it means that some of you may have hit a glass ceiling or a plateau in your career in some way, and you're hoping to take things to the next level, but it requires a restructure or change, and you're doing something bold and daring that may surprise and shock a lot of people around you, but ultimately you're in command of your career and you're doing something that you love. And I feel, yes, you're nervous. You know, when you're coming out of your comfort zone, it feels really daunting. It feels thrilling, but at the same time scary. And I feel like you're doing something that actually is going to challenge you in the right way. And I feel, you know, a dream is becoming your reality. Trust your intuition, trust your hunches. They will never lead you astray. Ace of Wands. Aces are gifts from the universe, major transformation energy. This is about you being inspired to create something from start, launch something, or transform your, reality, to dream big and do something really bold. Okay. Now this is about you enterprising. So this could be a vision that you've had, you're on a new adventure, or you've had a spark of brilliance and you want to implement it. You're taking the initiative to change your circumstances, and the universe is matching your energy by sending you an opportunity. So aces are new energy. So I really feel a lot of you are going to hear either about a new project or a raise or a promotion, or even a new opportunity that's coming in that you will embrace with both hands. And the Wheel of Fortune is, this is destined to be. You are meant to be in this new role or this new working practice, because I feel like you're on a cycle of positivity, and it's like a lucky break. I'm just getting this energy. It's like destiny meets synchronicity, and you are going to partner up with either a person or with the universe in some way to reach your goal, and things are going to pick up pace. From February onwards, it's going to be very, very busy, is what I see there. But the Wheel of Fortune, this could be a new creative endeavor with the Ace of Wands. It could also be that you're launching an entrepreneurship, or you're doing something creative that you'll put out there and recognize it can become a business opportunity for you. But also, I feel whatever it is you're putting your energy into, you're creating new ways of enjoying your working environment. And the Wheel of Fortune tells me there is a lucky break. There is fortune favoring the brave. Okay, these two cards, you know, you've got King of Wands energy. You're being brave enough to shake up the system or shake up the way that you do work, and you will be rewarded for that bravery, is what I see. So I get an energy here of things working in your favor. Like it's a time of victory for you. I feel something that you feel is a risk or a gamble will pay off, but you must do your due diligence, investigate it, like look before you leap energy, and intuitively you will be drawn to making the changes that you feel necessary in your life. So the way I see this, and I just want to clarify for some people, some of you are stepping into like a leadership role, but it's very much new to you. But at the same time, you're very established. So you've got the skill set to really stand up and be proud in that role and really make it yours. But it may also feel a little bit daunting because there's so many other things that you need to learn about this role. So I feel, you know, again, there's this energy of you're starting something new, but you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. So, yeah, some of you may even change sector, but you're utilizing the skill set that you have and bringing it into the new role. And it really sets you apart from everybody else because you have life experience. You have experiences that other people don't have in those roles. Okay, so hidden secrets. Yeah, I feel, you know, the main energy that I'm getting from that is some of you have a hidden talent that you haven't really tapped into, but it could also indicate something that's been hidden comes to life there for you. Okay. We've got prelude and we've got celebration. Isn't that interesting? It's almost like this last deck is giving you the pathway that you are taking. So it says hidden secrets. Now, some of you may actually be activating these changes in stealth mode, you know, going off grid, quiet quitting, or working behind the scenes on something. But also some of you may not trust something, or you feel something has been hidden in your career sector in some way. These could be the restructures that may surprise you, but everything that is hidden comes to light this year, and you've got the Tower there, which is like a very revealing energy, and you've got the Sun, which means everything is out in the open. And it says here, careful of superficial appearances or making decisions without all the facts. Act with discernment. Now, I did mention that earlier. I said, look before you leap, do your due diligence. You'll know, trust your hunches, but also get the facts. It says unseen, sly approach, be careful. So especially if you are going through some sort of legality, there may be someone who tries to hide information. I think I mentioned that before if you're going through a court case. So just watch out for that. You are leading with integrity, and everything that's hidden will come to light. So we've also got walking unscathed. Interesting, I wanted to say working unscathed, so maybe that's a slip up on my part that's kind of on purpose because I'm channeling at this time. So if there's any restructures going on in your environment, I feel they are for your highest good, and you're protected and redirected. So if you feel like you missed out on an opportunity, it wasn't meant for you because something new is coming in your way. Remember, rejection is protection and redirection towards something better, okay? It says here, you are fortunate. A trap was laid out for you, but you were too smart to fall for it. Protected, undamaged, safe, okay? So if you feel someone's been trying to micromanage you or to put extra pressure on, I feel like you are being very clever at this time. You're listening to your instincts. But also if there's a restructure or some changes, I feel like you are being given a clear path ahead to remain on the path that you're on and thrive and survive. And it says partnership. Yeah, I definitely picked up a partnership here. It says a significant relationship is about to be forged that will assist you in expanding your growth. Now, this could be through personal development and growth through love, but it can also be through growth in your career, maybe even some really good advice about financial stuff, collaboration, support, and union. Now, if you look at those two figures there, of course they're in a heart and there's a wonderful sky, but they're actually astronauts. You know, astronauts, they come out of the comfort zone. They leave the place that they call, home, or they leave a place that they felt very stable on in order to be very explorative, to see what else is out there. So I feel you're in that phase in your career to be very explorative, and I feel like you're going to meet people who actually want to help you as well, okay? Now, we also have prelude. You may not feel much is happening. I mean, look, I literally said all of that at the beginning, and this deck is clarifying everything that I've literally said. It says, you may not feel much is happening. However, the path you're on now is leading you to something great. Groundwork, first step, intro. Okay, so I'm very excited about this card because I really feel that is what's happening here for you right now. You're being guided towards something better. A portal of opportunity is open for you. And we've also got celebration. Isn't it really interesting? You've got lots of portal cards here. Okay, it says here, this is a great time in your life. Things are progressing with grace and ease as never before. Triumph, parties, fun times. Okay, so some great times ahead for you, my beautiful Virgo. I'm very excited for you indeed. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune there. Interesting. I'm loving this. So first of all, we have the cap and scroll. So that can indicate some of you are taking classes of learning or downloading courses to do online in order to upskill or just increase your knowledge. But also I feel like you have a lot of natural abilities and you came to this lifetime with innate gifts, that you're someone who's very instinctive and naturally gifted at what you do. So I feel like you're utilizing that skill set and that knowledge to help you elevate and be noticed in your career. I mean, with the cap and scroll, it means some sort of certification, qualification, but also, you know, being acknowledged and recognized for what you do, as being at the top of your game in some way. Now, we also have a wonderful rune here, and this is all about movement, moving forward there. And, this can also indicate some of you are going into property, real estate, or establishing yourself in some way. This rune can be like a mountain to climb. but you're ready to climb it, or you're going to hit the top of that mountain. And I feel like you need a solid foundation. And that's why you're starting with the Tower there, because some of you are rebuilding to make sure that everything in play for you right now is stable, so that you are unshakable. So this could be about finding streams of income that you're in charge of, that you feel stable in, that nobody can like pull the carpet from underneath your feet. And also we got the ladybug. That's all about good luck, good fortune. So that's the sort of third card, well, fourth really, or third indication that you are going to receive a lot of good opportunities and success there for you as well, okay? So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Virgo. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me too. Also, these signs and symbols, they may mean nothing at this moment in time. Then suddenly on your everyday, you may notice these signs in the next 6 weeks, and things start to change for you, like noticing a ladybird, for example, ladybug, cap and gown. You may see images of that on billboards, or hamster's wheel, or even like that song, that Bee Gees song that came up there. So please pay close attention to your exterior circumstances, because these signs are like signposts for you to let you know that there are radical changes happening in your career, but they all lead to success and prosperity for you in particular. Okay, so I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, and love and light.